It helps you reach a higher vibration. It enhances cognitive abilities. It also enhances psychic abilities. I take it with a little deer antler velvet. Deer antler velvet. Okay? Red velvet deer antler extract. It contains IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor. Let that soak in. And one of the things that I highly recommend is Shilajit. Shilajit. Okay, Shilajit resin. All right, comes from the Himalayas. Is a black tar resin. Comes with a scooper. You take a goo gobber, a pea-sized or maybe bigger goo gobber of Shilajit, and put it in your hot water. Let it dissolve. This is a really big dose. I'm just going to tell you. If you're starting with Shilajit, don't take a dose that's this big. Don't try this at home. But as you can see, the Shilajit resin dissolves in water, in hot water. Okay. The water has had a chance to cool down because I had to update my computer and restart it after as you can see the Shilajit dissolving now in the water. Right. After I poured the hot water, I had to restart my computer. And the best part about the scooper is that you can hang it. You see, you can hang it on the edge, and it's still melting away in the hot water. And put a little honey in it, right? Just a little bit. Okay. Just stir it around right there. Get it nice and dark. It looks like coffee or tea. It browns up the water a little bit, right? So it has an appearance of, I guess you could say, coffee or tea. And I stir it around with a spoon just to get all of the Shilajit and honey from the bottom of the glass. Okay, as you can see, I can take the spoon off and make sure that it all dissolves in there, because this is good stuff. Now, Shilajit has a lot of fulvic acid. The fulvic acid helps your body to absorb whatever else you're taking. So if you're like me and you start the morning off with about 3 tablespoons of black cumin seed oil, a little bit of ormus, a little bit of red velvet deer antler extract, and a little bit of Shilajit. Cheers. This is good. This is good. I'm reinstalling Signet, which is the neurofeedback software. And hopefully it won't require me to restart the computer, because if I have to restart the computer, then I'm going to have to end this live session. But you can see the protocol for procrastination. You can see where I have the probes, where I have the electrodes, right? The grounding electrode is here on my forehead. Okay. Well, needless to say, we are in the throes of
easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at biomedrxsupplements.com.
Well, I guess that was let's see. Actually, I was hoping to not have that overlay playing, but that's fine. Either way, it's only revenue sharing. I like the music. I like the music that you hear on it. It doesn't have to be obnoxious. Anyway, it seems like Signet is reinstalling. It's about halfway. So that gives me some time to talk about the results of this recent election. Now, I'm sorry that there are so many people that are butthurt over the election, the re-election of President Donald Trump. But many of us are hopeful, and many of us are happy about it for pretty common sense reasons. It's not a good thing to hold the gate open and allow any number of criminals and to immigrate into our country. It puts us at risk. It puts American lives in danger. And most importantly, it creates an atmosphere within which there is contempt and disrespect for the citizens of our nation, the people who actually belong here. I learned Spanish, right? I'm not Latin, but I learned Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently because when I was stationed in Spain, I was surrounded with people who spoke Spanish, and so out of respect for them, I learned the language and I learned the culture. And I have a lot of love for the Spanish people and for the Spanish culture. Shout out to my son, Ivan, who is now living in Spain. I have a lot of love and respect for the culture and a lot of appreciation to the Spaniards for welcoming me as well as they did back in the 1980s. In Spain will always have a special part in my heart. Yes. And so I kind of feel as though people should appreciate So people should appreciate the welcoming arms of Americans, and they should appreciate our country when they're coming in. And we've always had a wave. We've always had a constant flow, a constant stream of immigration in this country. Some say we've always had an immigration problem. I'm not really sure. But what I'm witnessing right now, 60 years almost on this planet, and over 30 of them here in California, what I'm witnessing right now is a change in attitude, a change in society, an attitude of a very hostile takeover. And this is something that, most of us are pretty happy that President Trump is going to be putting a handle on in the very near future. With reference to the demographics of who voted for whom, I'm kind of sad to say that there are so many brothers that are financially dependent upon their wives, that they're not free thinkers, they can't think for themselves. They have to be told, they're told what to do, who to vote for, how to think. Beta males. And we have a lot of beta males. Unfortunately, because we've gotten we had gotten accustomed to certain unhealthy cultural beliefs, unhealthy paradigms, with reference to our efficacy as men in society and in the world, and with reference to our ability to provide for ourselves, which is self-efficacy. And we've also come to accept the myth of the strong black woman, and unfortunately, too many of us have lazily allowed our women to provide for us financially, either partially or fully. And I mean those who are going 50-50 as well. Those who think it's cool to, oh, I pay half, my wife pays half, she has her own money, I don't have to give her any of mine. That mentality died. It really died before it was born in the 1960s. But the result of it, after so many years have passed, is a consensus of men who think like women, a consensus of men who are subject to the matriarchy, to the gynocracy of contemporary black thought. But this is awakening. This is an awakening. This is the great awakening, and it's a good thing because it's happening in black society before anyone else, before it's happening anywhere else. And now we're coming to the realization that these destructive paradigms that have been fed into our culture over the years by the manipulators of the media, of the legacy media, and who were dictators of culture as a result of being manipulators of legacy media, they're falling apart. We're no longer we no longer fear and loathe white America. We no longer fear and loathe white people. So you can't take the black community and make them scared of a big white racist boogeyman like they tried to do with Donald Trump over the past 12, 15 years, or however many years they've been trying to beat those drums against this man. That's dead. I mean, black men who are grown men, or at least have the corpus of a grown man, who still feel a sense of fear or inferiority to any oppressor, or to think that any other man has the power, is powerful enough to oppress them. Those people are dying. They're realizing how stupid they sound. They're realizing how stupid they look. And they're dying off. And there are more free-thinking black men. A lot of black men are this is interesting the way this is happening. I'm going to have to run a complete virus scan on my computer because for some reason it's not accepting my new installation of Signet. You know, I didn't really even want to talk politics this morning. I didn't really even want to go there. But obviously I have skin in the game as well. Okay, I don't know if you guys understand, if you have seen enough of the videos on my channels, but I started off as a biomedical engineer and got into the cyber world and the media world through those channels. Studied film at LACC Film School and at Cal State Los Angeles, and at the University of Sound Arts many years ago. Studied recording, studied visual art, studied painting at the Otis Institute of Parsons School of Design right here in Los Angeles. And when my son was diagnosed on the autism spectrum many years ago, a few years ago, about 16 years ago, I sought as many different therapies and experts as I could to find some help, some relief for him, and found that neurofeedback, or EEG Biofeedback, this is a neurofeedback amplifier, okay, was the most effective at relieving my son of the symptoms that we refer to as autism. And so, being a biomedical engineer myself, I was graciously allowed to study neurofeedback at the EEG Institute, formerly in Woodland Hills, and now it's in, where is it? I guess it's in north of here. Yeah. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. Maybe it's because it's Oregon. Yes, it's in Oregon. Maybe it's because I'm finishing my installation here. Now let's see if we can launch Signet and I can get a session. If not, I'd have to just end the video and run the complete virus scan on my system to get whatever it is off. Perfect. So needless to say, I was silenced, right? I was silenced because I was an anti-vaxxer since before 2020, before COVID, before Trump even became the president. I owned the Biomedrics Health Center, and I was doing
organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
All right. How y'all doing? Okay, so it looks like we may have a good installation, and if we do, then I will do my best to give you guys a good session. Signet, the software that we use for neurofeedback, is very resource intensive, right, to say the least. It's very resource intensive. It will shut down the most robust computer. It's now it's now starting up. Signet is starting up, so you got to forgive me for my silence. It takes a long time to start up, and I've been having some failed starts this morning, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. All right, so now let's do the transition. Okay, so now you can see that we have Signet open. All right, and this is a brand new installation of Signet, but there are still the files from before. So I'll select myself, right? Select myself as the patient. Okay, and as you can see here on the slider, right, this is on two-channel infra low frequency, and I'm going to put it on 2-channel synchrony. Okay. Once again, select myself. Now you can see that it's at 38.25 hertz. Okay, You can manually push it up to 40, right? This is in the high gamma frequency range. And you can arrow it up past 40, as you can see, all the way to 50 hertz. Now, I do not suggest trying this on the first time. You know, a lot of people equate training speed with intelligence or brain capacity, or people are so strange when it comes to their brains. But most people, most neuroscientists don't believe that human beings can even function above 40 hertz, or the brain even functions above 40 hertz, but it can. And it, you know, you can train at 50 hertz, but to get from here to there, to get from where you are to there, is a very, very extensive process. First, you should use infra-low neurofeedback to help get rid of the dysregulation in the neocortex. Then you should use alpha theta neurofeedback to help dig up repressed emotions and repressed memories, and to kind of iron out the old emotional side, right, of yourself. And to, once you do both of those things, then you can step into synchrony, which is what I'm doing right now, synchronizing the left and right hemispheres of my brain. And when you're doing synchrony, as you can see, you have the entire spectrum of frequencies available to you from 0 to 50 hertz. Okay, so now we select a feedback, synchrony. We say yes. All right. Oh, I'm forgetting my headphones, because neurofeedback is done in stereo, and the binaural beats, which are part of the Signet software program for neurofeedback, require you to be listening to them through stereo headphones, because different frequencies on the left and right hemisphere of the brain. So now, whenever you hear the gong, I turn the music off because I don't want to get a strike from YouTube for the music. But whenever you hear a gong, that is the time when both hemispheres of my brain are in sync with each other at the target frequency, which is 50 hertz. Okay? I don't know how impressive my training is going to be this morning, all right? But I'm going to do my best for you guys. The static is part of the feedback, the white noise, or what you call pink noise. The gong is called the reward. So whenever you hear the gong, my brain is being rewarded. But unfortunately, right now, my headphones aren't working. My sound isn't working at all. I hope you can actually hear me. I'm not sure if you can even hear me. I'm going to probably have to cut this video short, which is good. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do this for an hour. Let's get back on Signet. So there you go. I'm having sound problems with this particular session. You know, I think it's because of the Windows update that I just did on my computer. I'm not quite sure what it is, or perhaps the reinstallation of Signet. Either way, it's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm going to have to go through payroll, cut payroll for the biometrics team, and I'm going to have to drive Kai to school pretty soon, because it is morning. It's time for Kai to wake up. And let me get back over here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that'll work. Anyway, so as you know, I want everyone to stay kind, because kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only sexy. I want everyone to stay blessed, and I want everyone to stay healthy. As you know, this is Biomed RX TV. Thank you for joining me. Probably going to go live later on. I don't know, maybe from Claremont. I have a couple of job interviews to do today, and some more work. Always work. But I'm going to go live later on today. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Stay kind, stay blessed, and stay healthy. And remember, we're all Americans, right? God bless America. Peace.
Gold label quality Biomed RX CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com. Biometrics Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.